Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Runnerman15, and in today's video we are going to be trying a game that was suggested by Creation1424 on my Flexic X video that I made around a couple weeks ago. At this point, they commented you should try Simple Car Crash Physics Simulator. So in this video, that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to try this game out and see how well the soft body physics are in this game. Now, to be doing this game is an Android only game. I actually do have a couple of Android devices that probably could run this game, but yeah, I haven't charged those things in years, so I could spend the next couple days trying to revive one of them, but we're just going to be using Nox since it's an Android emulator, and since this game only requires Android 5.0 or later to run, it should run perfectly fine underneath Nox. Which, if we actually just search up the name of the game, you can see there is quite a bit of games that have similar names. Probably try to replicate BeamNG Drive's soft body physics, but we're obviously going to be checking out this game right here, Simple Car Crash Physics Sim. So apparently this is kind of an older game, a little bit older of a Playstore game, and it's supposed to feature realistic crash physics as well as realistic suspension. So if we look at the video here, I guess this will give us a look at how the damage is. Okay. Let's just go ahead and download this and play it. So this game is a lot older than Drive CSX and Flexic X, but let's see if it's better than these games. So let's go ahead and launch it. And we're going to go full screen right here just for a better experience, I guess. All right, and then we're put into the game. So as you can see, the UI is very simple. This is the simplest UI that we've seen. If I move my webcam to the corner here, we can see let's go map mods menu, and then some colors, so we can like modify the color of the car. So let's take a look at the settings so we can see the graphics level. Let's bump that up. So sure, we'll do realistic steering, and pressing accept makes the game crash. All right, we're off to a great start. Okay, and did it save any of these settings? No. Okay, so we're just gonna use the default settings. I ain't gonna touch any of that. So we can take a look at the different cars. So we got hatchback. Okay, another hatchback. Okay, it's like a little mini SUV, and then the this car. So only 3 cars, but that's all right. Oh, okay. Maybe you can like install mods for this game. I'm not entirely sure. It says map mods, map mod example, and we get an ad. All right. So far not great. We got a weird ass TikTok ad, but okay. This guy's download the brain rot. So will we load? Oh, we do load into the map. All right. So we do have different camera angles. So we can rotate the camera. So this is the game. The graphics are not a strong point in this game, obviously. I'm sure if the graphics settings worked, at least on the emulator, maybe it would look a little better. But you know, it looks like your average mobile game, right? So let's get a feel for how the handling feels in this game. So now we can get an actual feel for the handling in this game, and it feels kind of realistic. The car's kind of really slidey. Which if we set the camera, oh, there's an interior cam. I see. Okay. Oops, I hit a sign. So this game has an interior cam, which is kind of cool. It kind of looks like a default, like JPEG, but still kind of cool to see. Got a little side view here, rear view, and then just the normal camera. So let's go ahead and use this. In fact, I don't think we took any damage from hitting that sign. We broke a headlight, that's all. Well, the steering does feel more realistic than Drive CSX. It does feel a little more realistic than W Damage or, for instance, CindyCar Drive. I do think it feels a little more realistic. But the car does feel just a little bit more slidey. Kind of like there's no grip. See the stopping? Oh yeah, this car got like garbage brakes. It's still kind of arcadey-ish. The car does slide a little bit, but this is a pretty slow car, so it's a little harder to tell. And I'm not like a vehicle expert by any means, so, you know, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on anything. But the driving doesn't feel bad. Not at all. Let's go ahead and actually do a crash and see how the crash physics are. So we'll go around 60 into that wall, 60 kilometers. Okay, so this game, it does have kind of some deformation. As you can see, the axles are completely unaffected, kind of similar to Drive CSX and SyndiCar Drive. And the car kind of just bends inward when you slam into something. It doesn't really, there's not really any deformation, it kind of just squishes together. So it's better than a lot of the shovelware asset flips on the PlayStation, what? On the Play Store, but it's not the most realistic. Although the body parts and stuff do kind of fall off. You saw the fender fell off, the hood's like moving and stuff, so it's not completely unrealistic, but it's very basic, as you can see. Let me guess, if I respawn, yep, okay, it'll show me an ad. So it's kind of the same as the other games. It'll show you an ad if you respawn, or like if you navigate the menus, I guess. So, you know, whatever. In my opinion, I don't think you should put ads in like that in your game, but hey, you know, the developer has to make money somehow, right? So, you know, whatever. But for actual driving feel, I mean, there's not really a lot going on. This is a pretty flat road. Here's some dirt. The car does like slow down, but it kind of just feels like you're driving on glue. Because all of a sudden the car just becomes it feels like the car just becomes instantly heavier on the dirt. Got a little rear tap there. Yeah, so I think the damage model in this game isn't the greatest. It's very basic. For a game that's this old, you know, I feel like there's other games that do what this game's trying to do just better. I mean, I'd rather play Flexic X than this. It has the same amount of content and a better crash model, a better driving physics, you know. But it's still cool to see other people's take on realistic crash simulation. And a lot of these games feature just kind of the similar Unity crash physics, but still cool to see people making games like this. I'm glad that people are encouraged to make games that kind of follow the same idea that BeamNG tries to incorporate, where it tries to be like a sandbox, tries to be like a soft body crash simulator. We need more of these games. We need more competition. So hopefully, as these games start to get better in just quality and in terms of crash physics, soft body deformation, hopefully it'll inspire the BeamNG devs just to work a little bit harder. And I know they're working hard, okay? I'm not blaming them for not, you know, they're not Mojang levels of lazy in my opinion, but I still feel like they could be doing more and they could be focusing in other areas than what they're currently focusing on. If we press the let's go button, as you can see, this is probably one of those Unity games that kind of features a very basic kind of crash physics. But already these crash physics look about the same, if not better than this game. And you can like, you know, if the ad is what the actual game is, this is already more than you can do in this game. So I think that's kind of funny to me. What is this game? Ah, yes, I can read this. Thank you, Unity, for showing me a Russian game. Most realistic Lada Avtovaz crash test simulator. Also, if you do notice, a lot of these games are made by Russian developers, which... Oh, here's the actual grid map. Okay, so this, we can actually kind of test the suspension of the car. So one of the videos I saw for this car, or for this game, was that it had pretty realistic suspension. And I mean, that's pretty good. This is a pretty good example of independent suspension system. So that's very nice. So very cool. It's cool that they have some realistic suspension. This is something that Drive CSX didn't have. Their suspension was kind of poo-poo. Same with W Damage and IndyCar Drive. Their suspensions on their cars are kind of mid. This game seems to have pretty good suspensions. What it lacks in crash physics, it makes up for in suspension, I guess, suspension physics. So let me try and clip something here, going kind of fast. As you can see, the whole car just kind of squeezes inwards. So yeah, the crash physics, the actual crash physics in the game aren't that great. So yeah, that was Simple Car Crash Physics Simulator. It's exactly what it says. It's simple. If you guys are looking to try this out, as long as you have an Android device or an Android emulator, you can download it for free off the Play Store and play it. So if you guys want to check this game out, I guess I recommend it. It's kind of cool. Maybe you can waste like 10 minutes just trying to kind of driving around, you know. But other than that, it doesn't really have much else to offer. I feel like there are better games out on the Play Store and on the iPhone App Store, or you could just play BeamNG Drive, but I understand if that's not an option for you. Not everyone has a gaming PC or a PC powerful enough to run BeamNG smoothly, so I can understand why people go to mobile games like these as an alternative for BeamNG, since BeamNG is only on PC and it requires a pretty decent computer to run smoothly, right? But you know, there are better options on the Play Store. I would say I would try out Flexic X, just because that game probably has the best crash physics I've seen in a mobile game so far. So if you guys are interested in this kind of content, hit that like button. If you guys want me to check out any more games, leave them in the comments below. I'll give my honest thoughts and first impressions on them. Also, in the next video, I'm going to be testing Flexic X versus BeamNG Drive to truly see how good Flexic X's crash physics are. And apparently there's also a new update. So yeah, if you guys are excited for that, hit that subscribe button. Hit that little bell icon so you know when I'm releasing the video. And finally, if you guys want to know when new videos are coming out, when I post announcements, when I post polls where you can vote on what video comes next, be sure to click the community tab in my YouTube profile. That way you guys can stay up to date with the channel if you want to stay up to date. If you don't, then goodbye, I guess. Bye, whatever.